To follow only specific scholars. These days people finding difficulties to differentiate between authentic scholars. Please advise. Brothers, sisters, we follow manhaj al-salaf. We follow manhaj al-salaf. Okay, when we say manhaj al-salaf, it means it is a way. It doesn't mean there are certain people that we have to follow them. If you are talk about people, there is only one person that we have to follow, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We have to follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Khalas. But you tell me that there is a person that we have follow him? No, we don't have anyone except the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But we have the manhaj, we have the methodology, the way of the Salaf. This is the only way that the Muslims should follow. As I mentioned many times, that the way of the Salaf is not something optional. Wallahi, no, I like manhaj al-Salaf, but I will not follow. No. The option is not up to you. You have to follow manhaj al-Salaf. It means you have to follow manhaj al-Sahaba, the way of the companions, radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. And as I mentioned before, I know sometimes you go to some websites, okay, they put for you names. Okay, these are the good scholars, these are the bad scholars. Okay, yes, if you like to name, yes, alhamdulillah, we have our great scholars, Imam Ahmed, Imam Malik, Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn al-Qayyim, Hamd al-Wahhab. Yes, we have great scholars. Not to say, wallahi, there are certain scholars that we have to follow them and we imitate them 100%. No, because you will not find anyone sinless and you will not find anyone all the time he's correct. But as a way, as a path, yes, the path, or the way of Imam Ahmed, the way of Ibn Taymiyyah, the way of Ibn Baz, the way of Ibn Uthaymeen, the way is the correct way. But as a person, all of his opinions are correct? No, we cannot say. Because if I say all the opinions of Shaykh Ibn Baz are correct, then I claim that Shaykh Ibn Baz is a prophet. Astaghfirullah. But no doubt, he's a great scholar. He's one of the great scholars. And we have to follow his way. Also the same thing Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala. But okay, brothers, sisters, you know that from some points that this is a good scholars or a good scholar, they are good scholars or not. As I mentioned, the Salaf scholars, they speak about the Tawheed. Their main subject is the Tawheed. And also they speak about the Shirk. They clarify what is the meaning of shirk and the details of shirk. Why? Because they want to keep people away from shirk. But if there is a da'iyah, all the time talk about the stories. Okay, wallah, there is a story and this, and you'll find some da'iyah, they love their followers. They love how to make followers only. Their main aim is followers and money. Okay? And of course no need to name them. And also, please brothers, I don't mean that if there is a da'iyah who has many followers, it means he's a wrong da'iyah. I don't mean that. Okay, but I mean generally speaking, there is a scholar like our mashayikh, Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen, Shaykh Ibn Baz, mashallah, you'll find them. For example, Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen, his books in Tawheed, Fiqh, Nahu, grammar, Arabic grammar, tafsir, akhlaq. He speaks about everything. This is like the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So, you can know the way, you can know the good scholar from his way. And also he's speaking polite. He's not talk about, wallahi, subhanallah, just today I was watching one video, then you see the next one sheikh in UK. He said the scholars are wrong. Those scholars who are saying it is not allowed for demonstration, they are wrong. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Habibi, are you crazy? What you are saying? The scholars of the Salaf said the demonstration is not the way of the Prophet ﷺ. This is not the correct way. You go out and you shout and subhanallah. And many times we spoke about this. okay, in the Arab world. You remember before 9 years, 2000, at the end of I think 2010 or at the beginning of 2011. Everyone can check now what did happen in some of the countries. Syria, Egypt, Tunisia, and Libya, and subhanallah. At the beginning they went against their rulers. Okay, I'm not saying that the rulers are okay, Muslims muwahid like the companions. Okay, they went against the rulers. They did demonstrations. And many da'iyah, this is good. Yes, you should defend your freedom. This is jihad. And if you die, you are shaheed. Okay, then after that, after 1 year or 2 years, okay, subhanallah. So, what is the way of the Salaf? Okay, this is known. Go and read the books of the scholars of the Salaf and you know the haqq. And please, brothers, sisters, sometimes we are confused. Why? Because of lack of knowledge. We should read like these books. I mean, Kitab Tawheed, Aqeedah al-Wasitiyya, okay, يعني أصول السنة الإمام أحمد اللالكائي. Okay, يعني there are books teach you the manhaj, the way. This is very important. You will not be confused. But for example, you read Riyadh al-Salihin, you read Rahiq al-Makhtoum, the Sil Nektar, you read something in tafsir, and you don't know the manhaj, of course you will be confused. Wallahi, this is good sheikh. Why is good sheikh? He speaks in a nice way. His English, mashallah, very nice. No, this is not the thing to decide this is good sheikh or not.